Yesterday I installed this awesome plug through the bottom of the floor here, and it's got power inside the trailer, which is awesome. So I'm keeping my battery nice and charged on the four-wheeler. That's great. I want to upgrade it though, so basically I'm just going to get an extension cord and a magnetic light that's to stick to the little rafters up top, and that should give me some pretty decent light wherever I need it. It's kind of crappy. It's probably 10 years old. I got it from Harbor Freight or something like that 10 years ago, but for the most part still mostly works. Might be some good light. The plan is to run a couple screws into the wood wall, hang this up close to the top, and then use something for cable management. I think I've got in my bucket of goodness, I think these will probably work. I'm not sure where I got these from, probably from Lowe's, something like that, but it's basically just a cable clip, and then you nail it into the wall. So that should work pretty good. Not sure how thick this wall is, that's the only catch. Oh, here we go. It looks like it's quarter inch, maybe a little bit bigger than that, but that should be more than enough for it to nail into and not damage too much. Found a couple screws in my bucket of awesome that should work. Problem is, on this side, it won't slide all the way through, so I think I'm going to take it into the grinder and knock some of the edges down on that. This side, no problem. Looks like it'll slide in just fine. I'll knock one of the corners, or two of the corners, off of the sides of the screw, and that should help me just slide it right in there. I'm going to fill up a cup so that I can dip the screw in there so it doesn't get too hot and burn my finger. I use some recycled water that's just left out on the counter from the kids, and then I should be able to dip it in there. Alright, my goal is to probably knock off the corners not where the Phillips screwdriver head is, so probably go in between the two slots. So that'll be the goal. Let's see how I do. Probably mess it up bad, but whatever. Oh, that's vibrating well. That might be enough. Let's try it. And there you go. That's nice and tight. Should fit good. The key is I'll just have to tighten it down and line it up at the right angle to be able to slide in there, but that should work fine. Recycle the water here. Waste not, want not. Alright, plug this joker up and trying to figure out exactly where I want it. I think I kind of want it up towards the ceiling, kind of out of the way, and get the cord a little tight, not too tight, just so I got a little bit of play there, something like that, and then just kind of mount it on the wall like this is what I'm kind of thinking. Should be fine. Alright, kind of changed my mind a little bit. I'm actually going to slide it up a little bit higher and kind of put it along, like closer up to the ceiling, just to give myself a little more room. But I'll kind of show you the way that I am trying to measure this to see if it's close. So I kind of got a ballpark of where I want it. I'm basically throwing this at the top of where I want the screw to be. Alright. And then kind of taking that measurement up here, and that's about where I want it. So basically the top of the power strip, that's measuring to the top of that. Using this caliper makes it a little easier on me to transfer those marks up. So that's about where I want it. And then the cool part about that is I can come over here and say, all right, I kind of want, you know, the center to be here and here, and now I can transfer those marks right up here to the wall to make it nice and fairly easy on me, and that'll get me in the ballpark. So that's kind of how I do it, just kind of fast and dirty. All right, I like to pre-drill everything, so I've got the 1/16 bit on here. That won't take away too much material, but this will allow me to kind of run through this and hopefully not poke all the way through to the other side. That's the goal.
Because that'll break it?
Well, I don't want to poke through the other side because then it'll put a hole on the outside of it. So you gotta be really careful. So I'm gonna put that screw in there first.
Break it a little bit?
Well, it'll just leak water in, that's all. So that's kind of why I don't want to do it. All right, run the screw in and then line it up with the flat edges to be vertical. It should be fine. And don't run it in too far. Just about right. All right, went ahead and test fitted the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and run this. Probably just went ahead and pre-drilled it because I feel fairly confident that I got it right, but I could be wrong. I always kind of like to test fit one at a time just to double check. So the grind part seems to be working fine. It's basically slotted to be able to fit in the back, and should just be able to run another screw in here and should have this thing. Got both screws in there, should line up with this. If I did everything right, let's see. All right, it's just a little tight. All right, there we go. That fits on there. Should be able to slide this down and it should lock into place. There we go. That's nice. Just basically need to do some management on the cable. Just kind of keep it up out of the way. So that's locked in place. Should be able to route this up and over now. Thinking I'll probably tie this to the rafters to kind of keep it up out of the way.
Yeah, like that.
Probably even do something simple like that. Just some cable ties should do it. These little short tie straps and basically looping them together to be able to go all the way around this beam. There's a little bit of foam padding underneath there to protect it. So hopefully that won't mess it up. All right, just looping two of these together and slide it underneath the roof like that. And I should be able to just kind of button this up here. And I should be able to walk under it at that point. Doesn't need to be tight, just needs to be kind of out of the way. So now that this cable is routed properly, I'm gonna, I guess, nail this to the wall. I'm not sure that it's necessary, but I might put a couple fasteners on there just because I've already got them, and I'm not gonna have to go get them from anywhere else. So I've got these. I've also got these. The black ones look slightly thicker, but that should just go on here and hold this up against the wall, kind of out of the way. So put a couple of those on there, and much better. Just hooked up this light and routed it through these cable ties all the way across the top. More than likely I'm going to want light right whenever I'm walking in the door, so I'll probably run a couple cable ties through here, and I don't know, we'll see. Might just leave it like that, just because that kind of drops off in the middle. It's kind of just right. Actually, this might need to get routed farther over, kind of out of the main walking area, and then there you go. And I can just leave it like that. It's perfect. Oh yeah, best part of this light. So metal rungs here. I should just be able to snap it in place, and it should mostly stay. And then anytime I need light, I should just be able to walk in and have a drop light wherever I need it. So the bad part is this is kind of a crappy light. So that's on now. And you hit it and it'll kind of go out. But it's better than the light that I had in here before. I just leave this joker in here all the time. And I can walk through here. So this is 7-foot tall ceiling. I'm 6'8". And I've probably got 4 or 5 inches of clearance with my shoes on. These cables are out of the way. Got me a light now. Even at night, good to go as long as I'm hooked up to 120 power. Very happy.